Hey LinkedIn, so are you ready for another series in my A to Z LinkedIn? We're doing the letter M today, and I have decided I'm going to talk about your message. So it is the most important thing that you put out on LinkedIn is your message. It's made up of a couple of components, but what I want you to think about before we get into those components is I want you to remember that on social media we judge a whole lot harsher than we judge in real life. So in real life when you meet someone, they say you've got 7 seconds to make an impression. I have no idea what the stats are online, but one comment can make you or break you, and I know that for a fact on LinkedIn. So I want you to really think about your message. Is it consistent? Is it saying who you are? What is your message? Think about your message. So let's look at the components of how you make up this message and how you put it out there. And I want you to think of these 3 things almost like a checklist, that every time you post a comment or every time you make an organic post, you can refer to this checklist and say it meets the criteria and it's a cohesive message about who I am and what I'm doing here on LinkedIn. So the first thing is consider your intention. Obviously, I speak to people who are in the job market and who are using LinkedIn for job search. But I don't want it to become a begging for job scenario. I want your intention to be one of making the right contacts, adding value where you go, and showing yourself to be a candidate of differentiation. I always use that word. So show how you're different from the rest and how you can add value as a candidate. Second thing you need to think about, and this is somewhat of a gray area, is think about your values. Who are you as a person? What values do you hold close to your heart? And do your posts, your comments, and any activity you engage in on LinkedIn, do they reflect your values? Now you'll see in a lot of my posts I talk about integrity. Integrity is my strongest value. I hold it very close to my heart. For me, integrity is so much more than just integrity. It's this big thing that talks about honor and honesty and transparency and not exploitation. Is there such a word? But that's my value, and you'll see that that comes through in pretty much all of my posts. So I like to think it does anyway. So think about your values and think about what are you saying and does it reflect your values? Finally, don't sell. LinkedIn is all about engaging, it's about networks, it's about collaboration, it's about building relationships. So don't sell. And I know you're sitting there thinking, but I'm a job seeker, how can I sell? Believe me, when you send an email saying, please read my CV, you're selling. Stop selling. Consider yourself as a candidate of choice, a candidate who can add value, a candidate who is different to the rest of the candidates out there, and a candidate who will add immense value to the right company. Think about how to position yourself differently. Don't sell. Stop selling. People on LinkedIn don't like it. Okay, so that's your checklist. Very quickly. Number 1, think about your intention. Number 2, think about your values. Number 3, don't sell. So whatever message you're putting out there, use those 3 points as a checklist. Make sure that your message is consistent and cohesive and continuously reflects the same thing. You're not like a ping pong machine all here and there and everywhere. My name is Chantel Buerta. I'm a recruitment strategist and coach. You can reach out to me on South Africa 083-476-4265. You can also find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. You'll find me.